What's up, guys? I am Jojo Alonso, the baddest Boricua in the game from 105.3 The Beat, and I have a beautiful, very, very, very talented person in the building with me today. We got Laya in the building. Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm amazing.
You look amazing.
Thank you. So do you. So you just came in from New York.
Yeah.
So how was that? How was that coming in from New York? What are you from there?
Yes.
You from New York?
Yeah.
What part?
Staten Island.
Okay, hello, Staten Island, stand up. I did not know you. My ex is from New York, but he's from Manhattan. But I love him.
Yeah.
Not no more, baby. I'm in a whole new relationship, but I loved him.
Yeah. New York is the energy.
It's something about the energy.
Yeah.
And speaking of energy, the energy that you gave me when I first was introduced to you. Now, I wasn't introduced to you formally. I believe you were performing at the Revolt Summit.
Okay. Yes.
Do you remember that?
Last year. Yeah.
At the Revolt Summit. What was it? What was the title of the stage that you were on? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay, so
forgive me, Revolt. I love you.
Yeah, well, I don't remember either, and I was there. I'm supposed to know exactly what it was, but I'm over there working. But that's when I first was introduced to you. And I remember I was up there getting like a drink or getting something to eat, and you were on the stage, you were doing your thing, and you had like a skit. I think you was on the phone and you was calling somebody, or you was going on something like that. And I started listening to you, and your music was so gravitating. I was upstairs and I went down and I walked all the way up to the stage, and I just started recording the entire time.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, this girl is extremely amazing. You know that, right?
Thank you.
You know that you're extremely amazing, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I believe in myself.
As you should. And you have a lot of confidence as well. Like, you perform with a lot of confidence, and you could tell like that you really care about your craft. So how did that begin? Like, when did you start making music and things like that? Or when you was like, oh, I'm really about to get into my bag with this?
Oh, since forever.
Yeah.
It's like literally since I can remember. There was never a moment in my life, in my youth, in my childhood, or anything that I can think that I ever thought of doing anything else. I always wanted to be a singer.
Okay.
So anybody asked me, what you gonna be when you grow up? I was like, I'm gonna be a singer. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
Facts.
That's my life. And so I don't know how to describe it. I thought like everyone knew exactly what they wanted to be and what they wanted to do when they grow up. And it wasn't until I grew up that I realized people were like, how'd you know that? And I'm like, I don't know.
Because I'm talented and I can sing, babe.
I was like, that's just what I want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I've always done it and wanted to do it. So I guess just the confidence and all that, as you said, is really just, I just know that this is it for me.
Yeah, and it is, because you're an amazing artist. Who did you look up to growing up, music wise?
It's a lot of
like
people.
Who inspired you?
There's a lot of people. Missy Elliott's definitely one of them.
Oh, for sure.
Destiny's Child.
Okay.
I was like a big Destiny's Child fan. Musically, I mean, just like 90s R&B was like my like golden time of like, I want to be like them.
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot of artists that's like from the 90s that people like that. 90s, that I feel like that just that era influenced a lot of music.
Yeah.
Nowadays as well.
Yeah. So, but my thing is like, and I know people have heard me like sample or reference records in the past, but that's not something that like I really want to lead with.
Okay.
It's something that I've done, but like I feel like that's a thing, right? Where like
it
people
is.
are taking this the good
are.
records, and they're just kind of like just putting a new hi-hat on it and just singing over the original track, and it's very strange, and that's not something that I want to do. I love 90s R&B. I'm very inspired by it, but I want to
do your own.
My own.
Make your own.
Make
Yeah.
it my own.
Make your own footstep or your footprint.
Yeah.
And start your own.
Yeah.
So somebody in the future can use.
Exactly.
Can use yours as a
like,
cover.
It's an original record. Like I want to make original records, and original tunes and all that. So if it pop off, I know it's because it was just good, not
Right.
because
It
of a
sounds
sample
familiar.
or
Yeah.
something like that.
But nowadays, a lot of people are doing that, though. A lot of people are sampling music, and a lot of times it goes crazy because it's familiar, but then a lot of times it's because it's familiar and the people like it. So, I mean, I guess it's in now, but I'm with you for the whole, like, no, I want my own original sound so that people can go and make a copy of my song,
exactly.
a cover from my song.
If you know what I'm saying, sample me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sample me,
I want
period.
somebody to clear something with me.
Okay, period, because right now, I want to say you're number 3 on the R&B album charts, or are you number 2?
I peaked at number 2. So
You peaked at number 2.
So I dropped an EP.
Bet That.
Yes, Bet That on September 1st, and within like less than 12 hours, it peaked at number 2 on the iTunes charts, on the iTunes R&B. So that was a first for me. That was like really exciting, and also very just like encouraging, and it was very much so like a confirmation moment of, okay, I'm on the right path. You know what I'm saying?
The
like, I'm
shit.
doing. No, but it was like, okay, cool.
You can say that. It's okay.
Listen. So
I'm listening.
So for me, right, like I was just speaking about like 90s R&B, and I think I've seen a lot of like reviews and comments and things of people kind of putting me in that box, like essentially, and they love it. They're like, oh, we love her. She gives us this 90s R&B, and that's what we want. And it's like, that's great. I love doing that. But I also like doing other things. Now, everything I do will always be rooted in R&B. It'll always be rooted in soul. But I like to experiment. I listen to a lot of different things,
right?
And I intend for that to reflect in my music as well. So this project was a lot different sonically than my first EP that everyone loved for the sake of 90s R&B. And so part of me was a little nervous.
Yeah, to do something a little different.
Yeah, and not nervous for me because, I mean, I think it's fire. I love the project. I think it's hot. But just like if they were going to be on, like the fans that I had gained over this period of time.
Like, oh, why is she doing something different?
Yeah, like, oh, like she's, that's not what I wanted
from her. That's not the same. She trying to go mainstream. Yeah. You know, just trying to say something.
Yeah, so that was like a thing where I was like, I don't know if everybody's going to make it to this chapter with me. But they did, and they like showed out even more so than they did the first time. So I was like, okay, never mind. Then I'm sorry, I should have never doubted you.
Yeah, but you also got to understand though that those fans that you get like early on, they gonna be your fan regardless. Like regardless of whatever you drop, if it's something different, they like to see you being versatile and like, oh dang, she done came out with this too. So now I could go ride around with this, and you know what I'm saying. So that's a good thing. But being a woman in the industry doing R&B, like what type of struggles did you have to go through, or that you do have to face being an R&B artist?
I think it's. I think it's easy to be overlooked in a sense. I think there's a lot of focus on female rappers and this kind of just like, get in the booth, spit it, go, drop the record and, kind of keep it pushing, which is like, the pace of rap and hip hop. Right. And I think with R&B, it's like we take our time. We're singing or, and we're like delivering messages and, it's just a different thing. And I think sometimes we get, as far as like, I'm speaking for myself and for several other R&B girls that I know, I feel like we get put into this melting pot of just female artists versus like the fact that we make completely different styles of music. Right. In comparison to, like I was saying, like a lot of the, the female rappers, which we love and I love. But I think the focus right now in the mainstream is the attention on that versus like girls who are singing.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think that's because it's not really a lot of love right now? I feel like it's not a lot. I feel like more people would like to be outside than to be inside with their little boo. And now I feel like that might change since the seasons are changing. Yeah. But I feel like that has something to do with the music as well. Like if you had, Because a lot of people are outside.
Yes. I also will say this as well, and this is me tooting my own horn, right, for the first time in this interview, right?
Period.
The R&B don't slap
Mm.
like my R&B slap.
Hello?
So that's a lot of my, I guess you could say, purpose here, right? Is to kind of deliver these slaps and bring that bop back to R&B. I mean, I remember growing up, like, I wasn't in the clubs, but I remember hearing, like, 112, Jagged Edge, and all them. Like, you could play that stuff in the club. I remember them, like, the grown folks, they was partying back then to that type of stuff. So, like, my thing is, like, where are the R&B joints where we can sing, be, smooth and all that, and still have a good time, and it can still be a bop. It can still be something you can dance to.
Right.
And that's something that I want to bring back to R&B. I think R&B got a little too quiet storm over the years, and it just became boo-hoo, woe is me, let's cry, let me complain, and just, and I'm not into that. Also, like, as far as content and message and subject matter, I'd rather talk my shit and uplift myself before I say, oh, woe is me, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And I think it's important to, think about what you're saying in songs, because you end up singing them all the time. If you keep singing about how sad you are, I feel like
you're going to be sad.
You're just going to be sad, and I don't want to do that.
R&B ain't always got to be sad.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's rhythm and blues, but it's like,
but still.
We can pick it up a little bit, throw a little touch in there.
And can.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, I was going to ask you about, I just got thrown off, girl, talking about some, let's just talk about, like, where we can stream. Where can they stream Bet That? Like, where can they get that at?
Oh, well,
follow you on social media. And I'm gonna pull this up.
Yeah, y'all can stream Bet That
Period.
everywhere. It's already in your phone. So whatever you listen to music on, if you just type in Bet That and my name, which is Laya, Laya, and if you just type that into just about anything, it'll come right up, and you can find it, and you can listen to it. And I guarantee you will be able to listen to it straight through with no skips. Laya's guarantee.
No facts. No, she ain't lying either. I ain't even gonna lie. But okay, now I remember what I was gonna say. Your visuals. Yeah. Your visuals are amazing. Who's responsible for that? Like, do you have input on that? Is there like a team that you have? Cause all your visuals are dope.
Well, thank you so much. I do them all myself.
Really?
Yes.
You are so talented. What you go to school for? It feels like it looks and seems you went to school for
I barely
theater.
went to school. Okay, because by the time I got to high school, girl, the way I was cutting class and not.
Okay, hello, bye school.
Okay, yeah, I was.
And you said you was gonna be a singer. You don't need school.
And that was part of the problem.
You ain't need it. You ain't need school.
Listen, it's great to know who you are, but at least for the sake of your parents, y'all.
Oh no, facts.
Like listen to your mom and your dad. But anywho, But yeah, no, I do all my visuals myself, and I'm essentially self-taught, like everything. I'm a proud student of the School of YouTube.
No facts. That is a real school.
Like I really, anything that I need to figure out, I will go to YouTube and I will figure it out. But yeah, all of my videos from Sailor Moon, Bitter, Crazy Down, Sakatimi, all of my visualizers that I dropped for the new project for Bet That, I did all that stuff. And I shot it all on my iPhone, actually.
Really?
Yeah. The first few, I think the first 3, and Bragg also.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I shot those on the phone, and I shot them on an iPhone 7.
No.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because this was during the pandemic, and I was like, I was previously working, regular job or whatever, and, everything got shut down, and then I was just stuck in my house, and I was like, all right, well, I had teased Sailor Moon on, on the socials. I think it was like a challenge. People sending challenges around because no one was doing anything. So people sending challenges around. And an artist friend of mine, it was like the unreleased music challenge. Post a snippet of something you haven't released. Right. And it was Sailor Moon. And like, I love that. People started like kind of going nuts, and they were like, "Yo, we need this record. And then next thing you know, we need a video." So I don't know. I just figured it out. I did some research. And yeah, I don't know. I got like, green screen kit from Amazon.
That's
and
crazy.
Just, yeah. And
So
I just used what I had.
So you went, you recorded it, and you edited it all by yourself?
Yeah, so I record myself.
You got a stand and you just,
Yeah, I have
girl,
something
motivate
like
me,
this.
because I'm like, I need to make some content. I don't know what.
I have something like this in a sense where I have just like a little desk set up and my microphone and my laptop and my little inbox and whatever. And I have my, my program, and I record all my records and all that stuff. And, yeah. So it's funny because my producers, I work with, a duo. They go by Aura, Chad Paul and Dante Carter, and they produce all my stuff. And it's this kind of like funny run-on joke because like they don't see me record. Like I'll like go in a closet or I'll go in a room somewhere and like I'll set up my own little space and be like, like, don't look at me. Like I'll come out when I'm ready.
Right.
And yeah, so I don't know. Like, but yeah, I write all my stuff. I record myself. I mix my, engineer my own sessions. I make my own videos. And in the videos, I've done like my own hair, makeup. I've even made some of the costumes or like outfits and props and stuff like that. So
I'm glad you said that and you let the people know that, because it's not too many people. Like a lot of people have like a big team behind them. I'm not saying that you don't have a team behind you, but the fact that okay, look, you heard what she said. She's looking for a team, Elisa. She's looking for a team. Okay, I'm just saying she is. But what you're doing on your own is amazing, and I can understand how you will want to do it on your own because it's your vision and you want your vision to be your vision and you want it to be executed how you want it to be executed. So it makes it easier because you can make it look exactly how you want. But then again, let me just go in the studio, turn the mic on and sing. Like let somebody else do everything else.
I feel you. I'm definitely in a space now where it's becoming like harder and harder for me to do all these things by myself because I'm so much like I'm a lot more busy now, and like I just realistically can't do all these things like I used to. Like when I was during the pandemic, it was just me in my house and I didn't have anything else to do. So I am looking for other creatives and artists to collaborate with.
Okay.
I hope that I've kind of laid out a well enough foundation for them to kind of look at that and say, okay, I know what she likes, I know what she fucks with, I know, or I have a sense or a feel for her taste, and then, we can like create better things. Because I want to take the stuff that I'm making now and make it bigger, make it better. I have so many ideas and they get more and more elaborate all the time, and I have to like reel myself back in like, wait, like what realistically can I pull off right now?
Do you write it down? Do you write when you have these ideas, do you write them down?
Some things I do, but I feel like the best ones, they never leave me. They're like,
you can't forget them.
Yeah, it's like and I think the best ones just stick with me. And sometimes I'm nervous to write certain things down. I feel like if I write it down, writing it down is great. You should write it down. They tell you to write it down. Yeah,
that's what they say.
That's what they say.
They do. They say write it down. It is. What's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
I just met an Aquarius yesterday. Wait, is that a winter? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So is it Aquarius, Sag?
So, it's Sagittarius, Capricorn,
and then Aquarius. Okay. I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, period.
And I met an Aquarius yesterday.
Okay.
For the first time, and her energy was just like we were like one and the same. It kind of it felt like that. So
it's funny. I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart though. There was this thing I was learning about fairly recently in life, and it's like, for those who are like, if you are just on a beginner level of zodiac stuff, like, this is gonna sound out there for you, but it was basically they calling it like your signature sign or something, where basically it like calculates like the most dominant energy of like your whole chart.
Okay.
Like, so okay, your moon is this, your sun is this, whatever.
Right.
But like, what's the most dominant energy throughout your whole chart?
The medium.
Right. Like, so, and which
sign
tends to be like how you come across
to
most people, like your most dominant energy, your whatever. And so I'm an Aquarius, but my dominant is Capricorn.
Okay. Well, mine is too, because mine is mostly everything that I have, my sun, my moon, my Venus. Capricorn
Yeah.
a lot of the time. So I'm like, I'm a real deal Capricorn, babe.
That's right.
Okay, but yeah, so do you keep up with like your horoscopes daily or
No. I really don't necessarily keep up with horoscopes. I feel like I'm one of those like witchy girls that like I just read like my surroundings. So like a lot of times, like if I go out and I see an animal I don't see like ever, I'm immediately looking it up. Like
what
does it mean when you see one of these?
Okay, no,
or
seriously.
like what is it? Because if it stands out to me like, whoa, what is that? Or oh, did you see that? Or whatever it is. Like lately I've been having ladybugs find me.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. And I mean like we've all seen ladybugs.
And you
but
looked it
like
up?
how often are you running into them? And then it's been happening like repeatedly lately. It's like beautifully spooky. It's like, oh my God.
So what does it mean? I know you looked it
good
up.
luck.
Right.
It's really good luck. I mean, just in general, like the
in general, you see a ladybug, you be like, oh, that's good luck.
yeah, but like they'll be like finding me and landing on me and scaring me. Sometimes I'm like, what is on me? Like, you know, and then it's like, oh, it's a ladybug. And that's happened to me like at least like 3 to 4 times already, like in like the past like month or so.
Yeah.
And it's like that's just like not common for my life. So I'm like, okay, so I read things like that. Like I may not read my horoscope, but I'm like, okay.
I do too. I can say I do too. I have something similar as well, but mine was grasshoppers. Yeah, and it was like I don't want to say it wrong, but I want to say it was like wealth and prosperity.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, where the money at?
Right.
Okay,
It's
because
coming.
that grasshopper came up in my house. You wouldn't believe it was finna be up under my shoe, baby.
Okay. He's like,
No, I mean like pop, like get what? But then actually my hairdresser was at my house at the time and she was like, don't kill it. It's good look. I'm like, girl, get this shit out of here. She's like, no. So then that is when I really was like, okay, you know, let me look into that. So, and that's what I started doing. So this, what you're saying, like what you do, I do that exact same thing.
yes.
So I may not like read my horoscope daily, but I do dibble and dabble with little stuff like that. I be trying to do that as well as my dreams too.
Oh, period. All the time. You got, and the best, like, I mean, you are your best interpreter for your dreams because you'll be able to get to the bottom of it the quickest, like reflecting on it. But definitely. My dreams are like movies. They're like insane.
I was actually, you say your dream is like movies. I was actually going to ask you a couple questions. I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite movie and what is your favorite show right now?
Oh, man. My favorite movie. Okay, right now. Let's just, that's a great way to put it right now because it's like, there's so many things. There is a film called The Fall. And it's not about a girl that's like on a tower somewhere because there's also another movie that's called The Fall that's about that. But this is, I forget the director's name, and it's some beautiful foreign name that I cannot pronounce. But it's basically like about this little girl. I don't know. Anyway,
try to say it without spoiling it. Cause where can you watch it? Do you know? Is it like a?
It's like one of them. It's like an indie film.
Okay, and that's your favorite film that's out right now. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and by out right now, like it's old.
Okay.
It's old.
But it hits you.
But for me, like I've been, like I recently put my mother onto it, and she loved it.
Okay.
And I've been like trying to find a moment just for me to like watch it again. It's just one of those films where it's just cinematically, like it's just beautiful. It's like eye candy. Like the wardrobe, the director, it's just kind of like a bit of fantasy and whatever, so it's just like really pretty to look at. Okay. And I love movies like that, so it's just one of those things like I just sit there and go, wow, it's so pretty.
That's why I asked, because that's why I said like your visuals, and I asked like where you went to school, because a lot of things that you do, it just seems so theatrical.
Yeah, I mean, I was a theater kid for sure. Like when I was really young, I was in a lot of drama classes. I went to like theater camp as a kid. Okay. And I did stuff like that. And my father and his side of the family were very theatrical folks. They all played instruments. They would do like, like plays and monologues and stuff. Like it's, so I was definitely like around all that stuff growing up, so, and encouraged to do so. So like my father would tell me as a little kid, he's like, you got to be a triple threat. You got to sing, you got to dance, and you got to act. You gotta, and then my mother and her whole side of the family, they're all like visual artists. Like, so they paint, they sculpt, they craft things.
I love that.
So it's like between my father's like side of the family, very like musical, performing arts, playing instruments, doing that whole type of thing, dancing, all that. And then like my mother's side of the family is very like visual arts, painting, sculpting. So then it's like,
it's in your blood, girl.
Yeah, and it's funny because my mother, she teases me like, you know, I'm gonna start charging you tax. You know, because I go to her house and I'm like, because her house is like an art supply store. Like she has like everything. Okay. And I'm like, okay, I need to make like a prop or something, or I need to make a hat. And I'm like, okay, I need.
What you got in here?
Yeah. And she's like, I'm going to start charging you a fee.
Okay.
Right? You know?
No, but that is, I can tell from your music, from your visuals. That's why I'm like, I have to ask because it's given that. But it's in your blood. It's on your mom's side and it's on your daddy's side. Yeah. But that's amazing. I love that. I love that for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you one more question.
Okay.
How do you feel about if, well, big shout outs to Big Homie Kodak. We got our show Monday through Thursday. He asked this question on our show today. He said, is it okay or is it wrong for a woman... Wait, hold on. I gotta see how he said this because he gotta piss me off. Okay. If a man is making more money than the woman, is it okay for him to cheat? Basically. Bless you. Well, like if you're the breadwinner, can you do whatever you want to do?
I mean, I don't think so unless that's agreed upon. I think if that's an understood understanding that like, okay, I get the bread, I'm gonna live how I want and I'm gonna keep you up and you know what I mean? You're gonna be the kept woman. And don't ask me no questions. If that's the understanding, then that's the understanding. If that is not the understanding and Shorty does not know that's your intention to say, okay, I'm going to take care of you, but I'm going to go do my thing, then that's something you need to clarify and make clear because I think it's everybody, men, women, whatever, every grown adult should make a choice. It should make an educated choice.
Don't blindside me.
Right. Like, let me know what type of time you on. And if I feel like I want to participate in that type of game, then that's my business. And I feel like anybody on this planet, if that's what you decide to do and that's what you're okay with, I'm okay with it. If you like it, you like it. I love it.
Because some people try to say it's a rule that you just know. Like you just know, like, hey, if I make more money than you can't tell me what to do.
I mean, I think it's something that's common. I think it's something that's common and probably, you know, some people have just become comfortable with the idea of that. Me personally, I just feel like, let me know. Cause cool, if you gonna be doing your thug thizzle,
let me know so I could be whoopty wop.
Right, and I'll make sure I'm home in time to get the dinner ready or whatever.
Take a little shower, freshen up.
Okay,
but I feel that, but it's crazy though because you say that and it's like, well, if he, well, I had to spin it back and be like, okay, well, what if she making more money than him? Would you gonna let her just go out and be like, yeah, you don't make no money, sir, so I'm finna go out here and mess around with whoever?
Right, and you know they not feeling that.
You know they ain't going for that.
Not feeling that.
You know that is insane.
Again, but unless that's his prerogative, because there was
he ain't got nothing
else.
Show
my friend was looking at was what is it the husband brother something where it's like they have these like polyamorous relationships or something and like there was one where like this woman had like two men like
husbands, like she had two husbands.
Well, not husbands, but like they were both her men.
Okay,
and they all lived in the same house. It's
I
like
seen that.
Things like So listen,
to each his own.
Right.
Yeah.
And in that's where I just stand like, you know what? If that's the type of time you want, and if you're making the conscious, educated decision to do whatever that is,
tell me.
You grown.
You gotta tell me.
As long as you grown.
Okay.
Like, right. As long as you grown and that's your decision, go with God.
And tell me, fellas, stop going into things thinking that these women know or because you think they assume. They don't know. They trying to be your lady. Say it.
Right. Just let her know.
Just say it, please. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, before we wrap things up, is there anything that we should look forward to seeing you in? Like, do you plan on going on tour anytime soon? Or any more music should we be expecting from you?
Well, I will be performing at the Sheen Magazine Awards tomorrow.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Okay, where is that at?
Where is that at, Chad?
Where is it? Oh, it's at the Illuminarium? Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna talk to you when we get done.
Okay, so boom. So that's happening tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. And as far as tour shows and all that stuff, I it's getting lined up. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got what I'm saying,
It's
a
your little
clear
song
answer for you just yet.
Okay.
But definitely putting a show of some sort together.
Okay.
And yeah, visuals, new visuals coming.
Okay. Well, I'm super excited. Let me know when the show's coming, the tour's coming, because they coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me know so I could be front row like I was at a Revolt Summit. I'm
know
gonna have
what
a
I'm
sign
saying?
this time.
There we
And then
go.
I don't know. Maybe the baby be in him. Maybe he won't. I don't know. We'll see. He'll be right there with me, strapped on.
Period.
But yeah. So drop your social media so everybody can follow you and keep up with everything you got going on. They can tap in with you just in case they don't know about you. Like, she is legit, raw.
I am for real, you guys.
I am for real, you guys.
Nah, but for real though. Y'all can follow me at Laya Face. That's Laya Face. Okay, not Layla, not Laya. Okay, it's Laya Face. Yeah.
Make sure you hit that follow button and make sure you stream like she said. It's already on your phone. Okay,
Period.
And that's on period. I'm Jojo Alonso from iHeart's 105.3 DB, and we're out.